Good morning, my gardening friends. This is part 2 of Tea Time Tuesday. I'm Lark, and I'm in Wisconsin, Zone 5. Oh, where are you here? Fleabane. I'm guessing that's fleabane, that little white flower. This is a wild area over next to our veggie garden, and I like harvesting several wild edibles here, and one is the dandelion. Dandelion and this blue creeping Charlie, when it's young, is also an edible green. Gets a little bitter as it gets older. Here I have my leaves in a plastic bags, hoping over the year they will mulch down, break down. I don't feel like having a compost pile here and turning it, so that's the way I'm going to do leaf mulch. And I don't have a blower available to me. Remember, I'm in a senior community, so I am not being able to chop up my leaves. So I rake them. Dame's Rocket, just starting. I am raking them and putting them in plastic bags, and hopefully I'll have some leaf mulch to put on the garden. So my gardening friends, where I abruptly ended my video, not on purpose, was at the stinging nettle. This bark area here is where last year Paul and I and Dave laid this bark. I laid cardboard down first, and I think I told you all that in the first video, so I will just carry on with the stinging nettle. Stinging nettle was brought from my house just to make sure, because I wasn't sure they had any here, which they should have, because by the river's edge it should be some, but I haven't found any. So I brought some over. Stinging nettle. I use it as a tea. I buy dried stinging nettle for all winter long from Mountain Rose Herbs. And then here I use the fresh leaves in my morning broth. I have bone broth and I add greens to it, and this is one of them. When it's young, it's not very prickly, but the stems are. I mean, the stems have little burrs on them. But as soon as it hits a liquid, a hot liquid, the sting is gone. So don't worry about that. I do not use it in fresh salads or anything. So I made room for this stinging nettle to spread over here, but you can see my peppermint is going that way also. So I remove the peppermint for a while, and stinging nettle should travel that way. I want to kind of leave this path to the right of the herbs open about 4 or 5 feet for a while I can still weed this area, and then let it meander over to the wild area. I don't mind. And there's something about herbs. They're all aggressive. Almost all of them are aggressive. So they duke it out. The strongest will survive. Now this is wild yarrow, the white yarrow, and it's right next to the stinging nettle. And on the other side of it is peppermint. All very aggressive. So for now, I am letting the stinging nettle travel, and then at one time it's going to have to duke it out with the yarrow and the peppermint. But by that time I'll have enough to eat and use medicinally. I use the yarrow. So peppermint right here, and then a daylily that I didn't plant. Somebody else must have threw it when this was the wild area. This area here looked like that, okay? So I am making this a manageable wild area. This is my chickweed that I transplanted from the fenced-in area I showed you that weedy area all under their raised beds. Well, I took a clump from over there, put it over here, and I'm letting it reseed. It should be going to seed soon. And let that go crazy. It can go all this way, all the way over here and duke it out with Creepin' Charlie. Then I also have lavender, and this came back from last year. Oh gosh, it smells good. Again, I drink this nightly. I put that with, oh no, in the afternoon I drink a lavender tea with Tulsi, holy basil. The Tulsi I've been buying since I lived here. I'll think about growing it. But the thing is I have to have a place to dry it, and I don't. So here's some sage that came back, common sage, from last year. I did plant some seedlings, and they are coming up. Curly dock. I eat the greens. The younger the better, like this leaf in here. That would be in a salad. This leaf here I chop up for cooked greens. My rosemary that I bought at Christmas time and sunk it in the ground now. And then my creeping thyme. And again, I'm leaving room for this to spread. So my friends, this is it for the extension on my Tea Time Tuesday. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to say bye for now. So take care, and hopefully you'll see me every week. Bye-bye.